Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I will tell you how I make my neoswing choreographies step by step. But before we start, I want to talk about a very crucial topic when making dance videos, which is editing. Now, to edit or not to edit? This is the question. Well, you may have noticed that I don't usually cut my dance videos, but I wanted to say at least once what are the pros and cons about editing. So let's start with the pros. First of all, if you cut your videos, well, you have time to rest in between, so you get less tired and you can smile a little bit more to the camera, or you can even introduce some more complicated dance steps. Moreover, if you make a mistake, you can just cut out that segment. And finally, if you have a cool background, well, you can show it to the viewers and make the video cooler. On the other hand, I think that a one-take choreography looks more impressive, and more importantly, if you are performing live, well, editing becomes just useless. So my suggestion is feel free to use editing as you like and have fun with it, just don't rely on it too much because otherwise you may feel uncomfortable when you can't use it. And I made this premise because in this video I will show you how I make my choreographies, which are unedited, and so if you're planning to make an edited video instead, well, I'm pretty sure that there are much better ways to do it. So now let's start, and first of all I want to clarify a point. So I always say that I like to improvise a lot, but then in most of my videos I write neoswing choreography. So what are they? Are they improvisation? Are they choreography? What's going on? And well, I used to write improvised choreography, which may seem a bit confusing, because for the most part they are actually improvised. However, if you watch my videos, you may have noticed some hints which show you that they are not fully improvised. For example, I like to play with the music, and sometimes I like to play with the lyrics of the songs. And by playing with the lyrics, I mean it literally, like this.
Are you Italian 'cause you dress so fine?
Or like this.
Roses blooming here when you blow me a kiss.
Or like this.
I know that you're the one. With just no setting sun.
So it should be pretty clear that I don't just hit record and dance. And by the way, I will show you some completely improvised dances very soon, but these are not the case. So now, here are 5 steps I go through every time I want to make a new dance choreography. Step 1. Learn a song. And by learn a song, I mean that you should not just pick a random song, you should know it as well as if you wrote it. So in particular, you have to know the structure of the song, so where are the refrains, where are the verses, where are the bridges, and also how it starts, how it ends, and where are the main drops. And it doesn't matter how many times you have to listen to the song, maybe 5 times is enough for you, maybe you need 10, maybe you need 20. The important thing is that you should know the song very, very well. Step 2. Choose your steps. It is very important that you don't just choose random steps, but you should end up with a selection of steps that are particularly fitting to that specific song you chose. And you can go even further and see what steps look better in which part of the song. So what steps look better in the refrain, what steps look better in the bridge, for example. And you can also have a look at the lyrics of the song and find a way to mess with the lyrics, but you don't have to do it, that's an extra. But how do you know which steps are more fitting to the music? Well, you can either use your imagination or you can watch yourself dancing in a mirror. Whereas, if you feel lost because you don't know many neoswing steps, you should totally watch my neoswing step compilation, with a total of 50 steps in a 3-minute video. You can just click here or check the link in the description. Okay, but now let's move on. Step 3. Do some warm-up. Once you've chosen your selection of steps, it is very important to practice them before recording your video. And I recommend you to practice them individually while listening to the correspondent part of the music where you want to put them. And I also wanted to say that while I usually do step 1 and 2 during the week, I usually do step 3, 4 and 5 the same day of the recording. And that's what I recommend. Step 4. Make a couple of pre-takes. after doing some warm-up, you can finally try and dance to the song. Now the problem is that the first few times you won't probably be able to dance to the whole song. And if that's the case, it is probably because you're putting too much energy in the first part of the song and so you feel exhausted in the second part. And at this point, I usually make some subtle modifications to the choreography, adding more and more relaxing steps in the first part until I'm able to dance the whole song in just one take. Now, one thing I recommend you to do is to record yourself even while doing the pre-takes. And that's because you may realize that some steps that you thought were very fitting to the music don't work that well, and in general, if you want to change something about the choreography, it is easier if you can see what you're doing. Step 5. Record the video. Now, of course, it is up to you, but I usually record my videos 3 times with long breaks in between. Because I personally think that it would be a shame to have just one version of the choreography after all the effort. So why do I do 3 takes and no more, you may ask? Well, that's because I figured out that the first time I'm still a bit insecure and I feel like I can do better. The second time I usually do better because I want to improve some things. And the third time I still want to improve, but I'm usually just too tired and you can see it. And in fact, most of my choreographies that you've seen on YouTube are second take. So it wouldn't make sense to record more than 3. Oh, and one thing you may be wondering is how much time does it take to make a choreography? And well, actually the first 2 steps take the most of the time. Learning the song and choosing the steps. I don't know exactly how much time it takes because I do them during the week, but I'd say about a couple hours. And then it takes about half an hour to do all the rest, so half an hour for the warm-up, half an hour for the pre-takes, and half an hour for the takes. And that may seem a lot, but it's because I do very long breaks because I don't want to look tired while dancing, even if sometimes I do. So I hope I answered most of your questions. Thank you for watching the video and see you in the next one.